Hello, I'm Richard Hunter and welcome to our look ahead to the week commencing the 30th of November. It's been an interesting week. The continued euphoria over a vaccine for the pandemic has continued to propel American markets higher. Indeed, the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones both hit record highs during the week, although they've come back slightly since then. And of course, the end of the week has been somewhat lacklustre on the basis of the Thanksgiving holiday. At the same time, in the UK, we've been hearing from the Chancellor about economic scarring and the double whammy that the UK economy is likely to face, not only from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, but also, of course, Brexit negotiations, which seem still to be at something of a loggerhead. So that being said, generally positive week for the markets. The Dow Jones in the year to date is now up 4.7%. The S&P 500 is up 12.3%. Nasdaq still ahead by 35%. FTSE 100 pretty much unmoved, down 16% in the year to date. Moving on to next week, of course, on Monday, the US markets will be back in action fully, and it's likely that fiscal stimulus package negotiations and conversations will continue, of course, along with any further developments on the rollout of a potential vaccine. In the UK, there's no real companies of note reporting next week, but one thing to keep an eye out for may be the FTSE 100 reshuffle. That's obviously done on a quarterly basis. It's the last one of the year, moving into December, as we will be next week. And this, of course, is where stocks with the market value placing them in 90th or above are automatically promoted to the FTSE 100. Similarly, anything below 110th automatically relegated. Now, up until a couple of days ago, there were actually no companies falling into either of those parameters, and so it looked like it was going to be something of a non-event with no changes for the first time since September 2018. However, in the last couple of days, there's been a dip in the share price for the home repair and services company HomeServe itself, which only got promoted to the FTSE 100 back in June. It's fallen outside that 110 marker, which means that its potential stay in the FTSE 100 could have been a fairly short one. Now, somewhat unusually, that means that it's got to be replaced, and even though there aren't currently any stocks in the FTSE 250 above that 90 level, the next one in the pecking order could be Wizz Air. Somewhat surprisingly that an airline could potentially be promoted to the FTSE 100 next week. Nonetheless, it's somewhat bucked the trend of the industry in general, not necessarily in terms of its trading performance, but in terms of its share price performance. The shares are up around 17% in the year to date, and indeed have risen around 120% since their March low. Thank you for watching. Have a great week.